Brett Guthrie. He's a member of the House Energy and Commerce Committee. Congressman Guthrie, the United States has stopped importing Russian oil, but it was such a small sliver of what we import and consume each and every day. But your reaction to Secretary Yellen's comments?
Well, good morning, Dagan. When you make yourself dependent on dictators, you make yourself vulnerable to dictators. There are lessons to be learned here for us, Germany particularly, but Europe has followed their version of the Green New Deal. They passed restrictive energy laws without any plan to provide for their energy consumption and the needs of their country. And so they made themselves vulnerable to this. And what we need to do, remember under President Trump, we were a net exporter of energy. We need to pursue domestic production here, one, to relieve our own consumers, but also to help our allies. Another issue I think that needs to happen, the Democrats had a hearing with all the oil executives, if you remember, to distract from the policies that they put forth to create high gas prices here. And the Republicans had General H.R. McMaster testify, and he testified that OPEC is not increasing its production, which would help in the short term. It would take a while for, remember, President Biden with a stroke of a pen really stopped a lot of American production. But so it takes a while to start that back up again. But OPEC could, and he said OPEC is refusing to increase its production because of the Biden administration's ill-advised attempt to do a deal with Iran. So what we need to do is increase our production, but stop the working on the Iran deal and move forward with bringing OPEC on so we can have some immediate relief for Europe. Europe has put themselves in this situation, and it's a lesson for us to learn because we have people in Congress that want to do a Green New Deal here in America.
James Freeman, jump in here on this, because at every turn, the Biden administration has been a disaster for our energy dominance and security, and even pointing to our relationship with Saudi Arabia, where the Crown Prince has turned his back on the U.S. and really the rest of the world in refusing to up its oil production, in part not just because of our effort the Biden administration's effort to redo the Iran nuclear deal, but also failure to support Saudi Arabia in their battle against the Houthis in Yemen.
Yeah, I think the secretary would do a lot better job spending her time getting her fellow financial regulators together and telling U.S. financial institutions to stop discriminating against U.S. companies in the energy business, in fossil fuel production. And Congressman, I wonder, is there any progress on that front? We've seen a lot of wokesters who run New York financial institutions who will happily do business with dictators around the world, discriminating against, for example, Alaska Arctic drilling projects. Do you see any improvement in terms of the climate in the financial system among financial regulators to say we like U.S. energy production?
Well, I will tell you, as the Republicans are preparing for what we think is going to be a majority, my fellow congressman from here in Kentucky, Andy Barr, is on the Financial Services Committee, and I will tell you that's going to be a big part of our commitment to America that Kevin McCarthy is moving forward. I don't see any movement with the current Democrats in control in Congress nor in the administration. But you're absolutely right. For us to pursue domestic production, it's not just permits. It's not just getting pipelines built. It's getting the financing for it. And Secretary Yellen is the main one who has been pushing this, as you say, woke, and I agree, woke investments that's really hurting the American people, and look what it's doing to Europe. But it's also creating the situation where we're funding through our, not America, but through the world's imports of Russian oil, what's happening, the disasters in Ukraine. But that is part of, and will be part of, our commitment to America.
Congressman, you wrote a letter to the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Javier Becerra, this week, seeking an investigation into the staggering number of overdose deaths. The amount of fentanyl seized by border agents in just the last year alone was 4 times the amount seized in 2019. So you talk about border security is inextricably linked with the health security of our nation. Congressman, Tell us more about this.
It is absolutely linked. It's absolutely linked. I was at the border in January, and you could just see the weariness and and how overwhelmed our border officers are, and just the increase of migrants. We went to the actual point. It's right near El Paso, where the Trump wall was stopped on day one with the stroke of a pen, as I said before with oil, same thing. And you could just see how much easier it was to cross in areas where they hadn't completed the Trump wall. And they were just overwhelmed. And I was there with Congressman Mike Burgess of Texas, and he asked the question. He says, what's going to happen here? Because they said, we don't have the wall. We don't have the Remain in Mexico policy to any way that works. And he says, what's going to happen if Title 42 is ever repealed? And they just said, we just don't want to even think about what catastrophe that will bring. And now we're facing that. And you're right. They said it's numbers. The number of people coming across. You can put fentanyl in a water bottle instead of having all these elaborate ways to try to smuggle cocaine and other things into the country. You just hand it to a migrant and say, cross the border, and we'll get it on the other side. 70% of all overdose deaths in Kentucky in 2020 were illicit fentanyl. And so we have to do investigation. The pandemic caused horrific issues just from COVID, but we also, by the government reaction to it, did. And so we know people are more addicted. Right. We're having increases in overdoses. So what's happening at the border and the government reaction to the pandemic is what we want to investigate. But, illicit fentanyl is not permanently scheduled to be illegal because the majority of Democrats don't want it to face mandatory minimums. So it gets back to the defund the police thinking. One member a prominent member of the squad says, let's get rid of federal prisons. So what's going to happen at the border with the release of Title 42 is only going to make this worse.
Congressman Brett Guthrie, thank you so much for that. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you for having me, Dagan.